It is July 20th, 2024, with Unruly.
Yo, yo, yo.
How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling drunk.
Drunk?
I'm feeling good. I'm here with my lady and, the album just dropped. So, cheers to that.
Cheers to the album.
Yes, indeed.
Is this truly the album of the year?
To me, yeah. I haven't heard an album to drop this year that is more versatile, more lyrically dense, more of an all-around record than this record. I'm proud to say that the only true contenders are from the underground as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Patty Honcho dropped a hell of a record this year. I think
Black Madonna piece.
Yes. I think he dropped a hell of a record. I think Know It All, Drive Laser, Use Caution. That's a hell of a record. But yeah, I do.
So, Black Beloved dropped July 20th, 2024. 14 songs, 45 minutes.
Correct.
Is there any reason why you chose the length of this album?
So, funny story. I used to always say I'd never make an album longer than 12 songs, because I felt like, you're overstaying your welcome. But I felt like Black Beloved's idea couldn't be gotten across in less than 40 minutes. And 40 minutes just happened to be more tracks as well, you know what I'm saying? I could have easily made 10 4-minute songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, thank God there need to be 4 minutes, but it's so essential to the record, Mama didn't need to be 4 minutes, but it's essential to the record. So,
and what does the number 4 represent to you?
Nothing in particular, really. It's just that 14 songs, 45 minutes. I guess I was just a part of 444 Entertainment, right? So it all bleeds together quick.
All right. Speaking of 444, that Andrew Carter also participated in with this film that you dropped.
Correct.
So what do you think the film means for the album?
I think the film is a great prelude to the album. Is there a lot of direct correlation as far as, the dialogue itself? It's not too on the nose, but it's there, you know what I'm saying? If you really look at what I'm saying and listen to what I'm saying, and then the ending scene as well, it's real cohesive to the album. It's kind of like it's Beloved part 1, and then Black Beloved is part 2 of that, whatever it is. Right. So, do I think that, I think making these movies are an essential part of who I am as an artist, and they kind of go hand in hand. When you write music, you're telling a story. When you write a script, you're telling a story, and it's all about putting it to screen or putting it on wax. You know what I'm saying? However you choose to do that.
All right. Let's go ahead and dive into the album. So track number 1 starts off with the intro. Do you think it is also essential to add in intros and interludes?
Oh, I was just talking about this earlier. I think that whoever came up with the concept of an interlude was perhaps a musical genius. Because it's so correct to say, like, you can't run a 10-mile race for 10 miles. You can't play a basketball game for 3 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? There's breaks and there's interludes and there's pauses in between, and they have value in and of themselves, right? Like, I've had two interludes where I don't rap on them at all, but they add so much to the record itself because it breaks up that. Because niggas is not trying to hear you talk the whole time. As much as your ego would like for you to believe they do. You know what I'm saying? And especially with the lack of features on this album, I felt having the interludes were essential.
Yes, that's a big thing. Again, with the features, we see mainly just soul songs with a sprinkle of Unknown Ink, and then one with Armani Jordan. Seems like he wanted to keep it.
Did I want to? No, not per se. Did I want to get guys like Patty Honcho on the album? Of course, but those things, you let them fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be busy. You know what I'm saying? Some songs are, they sound good when you first write the verse, but then you leave it alone for 6 or 7 months. And you go back to it, it's like, oh, this is as good as I thought it was, and that's fine, and that's a natural part of every creative process. I was blessed to have a lot of features on the Clown Cat record, because Clown Cat, being a producer, is so great at curating and arranging that kind of shit. I'm great at curating the structure of the song itself and the phases of the song itself. But I'm not great at getting features per se, because I need so much control over the song, especially for certain kind of beats. And a lot of the beats on this album, they progress in a way where I need full control over the song for it to progress in the way I want to, right? Like, beats like Hades, all due respect to Clown Cat, they're, more or less your normal kind of dark boom bap beat, you know what I'm saying? You spit your shit on it, and someone else spit their shit on it. It's kind of easy to do. But then you take a song like The Static Started, and that's a lot more difficult to include that feature. And it's great we got SD Knack on it, because I don't know who else, could have made the song what it was. That wasn't SD Knack. So features are a tricky thing.
Well, going into your second feature with Armani Jordan, what was the base of this song, 1993?
I believe this is my first feature with Armani Jordan. So, to be honest, me and Armani have had this track in the tuck for a good year and a half. And, I guess it's funny when things present themselves to you. I was like, okay, I need to, because I just had this song half written. I had Armani's ISOs, and it's like, okay, how am I going to include this? Like, what am I doing with this song? Because it has potential, you know what I'm saying, but what am I going to do? And once I finished the verse and included that Bible passage, I think it really brought the whole song together and connected it to the themes of the album itself. And another thing as well is, I'm doing three Michaels: Michael Jordan, Corleone, and the Archangel. Michael Jordan, Armani Jordan, The guy who produced the beat is named Michael McLaughlin, right? And so these dots just started to connect themselves as time went on, and so oh god.
No, let's go ahead and get into it. So then you follow up with Urethra.
Urethra is crazy.
I've been at the Dumfries Clinic too long.
Something like that.
And I got a speech impediment. Delete this part out. You a hater. You ready to go inside?
No, go ahead, man.
Okay. And then let me just skip over because now I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
And then go into Unruly Freestyle 6. One of my favorite tracks was Unruly Freestyle 6.
Really?
Because I feel like you really got into depth with the story. I was able to visualize it. I was able to see it. And it makes me feel a type of way for you. It makes me feel a type of way in the connection between you and your brother.
Yeah.
Yes. So now you're really able to see from a point of view y'all's connection and the way y'all do music. When did you guys start doing music together?
To be honest, I couldn't really tell you. It's like I've been doing music for as long as I remember. And as long as I remember, Robert's always been there. You know what I'm saying? Was he doing music? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, at that point in time, he was doing music in the same way he was doing music in the same way Lil Cease did music with Biggie, right? Yeah, he did music, but really he was just Biggie's little nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Robert kind of started out because I had banged so hard in the underground pretty quickly. Robert kind of started out as that. So when I say our like music relationship started, as to where like we both became serious artists and both started striving towards like serious music goals, probably when we went to New York right before Don't Go Outside, because that's when he made the majority of his record, and then that's when I went to meet Static Selector, and that's when I had realized that I had started reaching a level pretty quickly that was cool, and yeah.
Okay. Next up on the track list is Chosen Sides. Why is the 2 C's?
So, Chosen Sides is a very interesting song. One might be able to say, what does this have to do with the album? You know what I'm saying? Because you listen to a lot of the other lyrics, I'm tearing myself up about, our family or shit like that, and this is and that. And on Chosen Sides, it seems to be more of just a lyrical showcase of talent, right? But that's not true, right? When I get into Chosen Sides, I start with, see we don't care, we belong here, you ain't fall fair, now we war daily, metronome tick, it means that time is ticking. Echelon shift, Betty gon' snitch, family gon' hit, stabbing sharks, medics on shit, man of God still. It's I'm rapping about, I talk so much about leading this revolution. Nobody ever talks about the descent in so many revolutions, right? Fred Hampton's best man got him killed. You know what I'm saying? Benedict Arnold, you know what I'm saying, switch sides to the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, no revolution goes without its distractions, right? So, 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 when you hear me say, see, we don't care, we belong here, you ain't far fair, now we war daily, metronome tick, echelon shit, Betty gon' sit, Betty gon' snitch, family gon' hiss, damage hearts, medics on shit, man the guy still, dragged out confession box, handle lock still, catch me living out my plan in the Zanzibar field, stand up tall, ball your hand up for the man the cops killed, God be damned what I brandish arms. God be damned when our brandish arms is. You know what I'm saying? I've had enough of God's way trying to attain this freedom peacefully. So God be damned when I brandish this arm. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to the chorus, it's the distractions from the main idea. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we still organizing. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta revolt right now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas living good right now. Niggas don't want to lose a little bit of shit they do got, right? So the revolution gets put on hold. And that's why I say niggas, no doubt, all we got is time. Pussy, coke, and sin and homicide. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas is like, all we got is fucking time. When we don't have time. And you know what makes us think we have time? Distractions of time. Distractions that make time pass. And distractions that make you think, oh, fuck it. Pussy, coke, and sin.
Deep.
Right?
Wow. Sandwiched between chosen sides in your other track I Saw You is The Glass. Another, I feel, vulnerable track. I see that some people have said that it seems like a dark song.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think, simply put, it is one of my most vulnerable songs. I'm really tearing myself apart because, you know, people call me a narcissist all the time, and people, and, you know, I have certain insecurities within myself that I need to deal with, and on this song, I kind of address it head on, you know, and about pride getting in the way of my relationships and me feeling alone because of it. It's kind of just a deep breakdown into pretty much the general feelings of me, but kind of being told through this character I'm playing, who, from when I interpret the medium in which this character is from, I interpret these to also be his feelings. I'm saying, insecure. I seem to forget I only eat with sinners. I'm saying, to be insecure in a world of in a world of imperfection seems oxymoronic, but so prevalent. And the next line says, I was missing that little something. You found it deep within us. Something that told you you had to seek a friendship, seed replenish. As in, build family. You know what I'm saying? as in prioritizing family, whether that's through building through friendship or replenishing your seed, your child, having a child. You know what I'm saying? Live amongst the trees. You found peace. I found tree addictive. That's a double entendre. You know, a lot of people find peace in nature, and I'm addicted to drugs. So that was kind of a good double time. You know what I'm saying? And then me, I said my mother called, sent to decline, but what if this time's to last? But shit she said affected my pride. We can't rewind the past. Don't pray to God, I pray at the sky. It's not replying back. So I'm crying, dark in my room. Music inclined to blast. Can't tell you why. No guardian angel. They never fell from sky. The card you dealt was knives to the heart. They'd only tell me lies. Those sets of bars are some of the most important of my career. You know what I'm saying? And getting that point across on that beat was just perfect. Perfect.
Did you think this song was going to be as of a hit as it is?
Did I think it was going to be as popular as it is right now? I kind of did. I showed the song to my mom and like months ago, and she said that should be the single. I was like, no, right? And then, but listening to it, if it was the single, do I think it could have worked? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I dropped that as the single rather than 1993, because as great as 1993 is, it's kind of in that same vein of what I usually do. You know what I'm saying? The hardcore, conscious, introspective shit, right? But if I dropped The Glass as a single, it would have been like, wow. Because, I've been getting all day like, wow, I was not expecting this from him. And so could that have worked as a single? Yeah, of course. And do I think in 6 months it could be the most popular song on the album? Yeah, because I think people resonate with being insecure.
And you followed it up with I Saw You?
Yeah. Wow. What a song to make. I Saw You was my most difficult song I think I've ever written in my life. Because number one, I did all the vocals, so trying to hold those notes in that chorus was a little rough. And then just trying to write the song in a way that completes itself was essential as well. And I think I did that. And then during final mix and mastering, Matt adding his little spin on it, I think put the finishing touches on it, and it's a beautiful track.
Yes, very strong song. Very strong. And then you hit it off with the interlude. Now, when the interlude hits, Topsoil interlude, is this a sort of like a split, putting a set of the rest of the album to show you a different side, or, because you get into Psyche, Cold War, Mama, Prayer?
I like that interpretation of it, but to be honest, when I made the first part of the track, I sent it to Matt Swain had told me, wow, this is some underground shit, You know what I'm saying? As if he was implying that it had more of an underground tone than the rest of the album. And that made me want to title it Topsoil Interlude. You know what I'm saying? And so, as far as does it signify a change of, I guess, sound in the album? If the sound of the album changed after the interlude, then sure, but was that the intention? No, not necessarily. I just thought it was, that's how it came out to be sequenced, you know what I'm saying? And if Thank God was in his place, it wouldn't necessarily mean that Thank God set the tone for the latter half of the album.
Is there a particular Michael that resonates with Topsoil Interlude?
Is there one particular Michael that resonates with Topsoil Interlude? Probably the Archangel. To catch all your bullets, that's what you need me for. Obsession when I'm there, more unfortunately, you don't see me long. Your mind's patience short. When I'm away, I'll be away too long. Those kind of days, you probably pray to God and say you thinking for me. This my magnum opus. This my greatest form. Heard my whispers in your ear while your soul creates a song. Sleep deprivated. Need help? Keep testing patience. That is vital to the character of Michael the Archangel, because in the Bible he's God's general, sent to defeat good and evil. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of take that burden upon myself. I'm talking about leading this revolution and shit like that. And when I say, the first part of the song, I'm in debt to no man, my smile stretched, we found blessed slow dance, fucking the world was my attempt at romance. I guess that, celebratory sound and feeling is more Michael Jordan. I'm saying, fuck, I'm crying for it. My mother said I'm special, so damn it, that's what it is. Said a message I won't get till I get my own family and tables turn. Lesson learned, I'm truly grateful. Blessed to burn every blunt with you today. I love my girl when I give her my sun, moon, and stars. Our revolution's due tomorrow, and you know what I'm saying? There's a revolution again, so. Well, I say on this record that, there are certain songs that, are, this Michael. No. I think there are certain songs that are more this Michael than the other Michael, but they all pull from each of those characteristics.
Each character, yeah.
Right.
Alright. And then we follow up with Psyche.
Psyche. Psyche is really interesting because I'm a fan of Greek mythology, and being able to use one of those stories and flip it in a way that relates to my real life experience with love was special. With you, in the beginning I told you you weren't as constant in my life, so it seemed like you'd be gone in an instant, like you were there but you were never there. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the feeling where I thought I was hallucinating you. Probably dramatic, but that's the process. And, then with this knowledge of this Psyche story from, Cupid and Greek mythology, it all came together well, And is Psyche related to a Michael? No, not necessarily. But was it necessary to the album? Absolutely. Because you have to understand all the types of love that you can carry. I'm saying there's love that you have for your family, and there's love that you have for your woman, and that's two different loves that impact the psyche, the mental, a different way, you know. And so to include that song, right, and then have the song right after start with reassessing my love, rest assured that I'm free. It plays off so perfect because you find yourself wondering if this love is real because it's gone in an instant. You know what I'm saying? And that was my thought process behind it. At least at the time of writing. I wrote that song. That was one of the early songs in the process. I think the first three songs that I wrote for this album, because JGST and The Glass I wrote, not JGST, Intro. Intro and The Glass I wrote previous to the thought of this album itself. But Tropics, Aretha, and We Are Unruly. No, Tropics, Aretha, and Thank God were probably the first three songs I wrote for this record. So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So then after that, we have Cold War featuring Unknown Ink again. As we see that you have your brother on quite a few features here. He has a strong 4.
Yeah. It's just so easy working with Unknown Ink, because he's such a sponge to get better at the craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's hard living in the same household as someone as prolific as myself, you know, dropping these records, dropping these songs and singles and movies, and not wanting to seek that out to help your own career. You know what I'm saying? And that's perfectly because if Unknown Ink was on the shit that I was on, I'd be like, yo, type shit, like, this is that. And you my brother and shit. Like, what you need me on, what you want me on, this and that, and all that, right? So it's so easy to work with him because he's such a sponge to get better at the craft. So when I came to him for the idea with Reassess, he sung it to me. I was like, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And Unknown Ink has a very particular voice. It's a very particular voice with a very particular tone that sounds good very particularly. You know what I'm saying? And me growing up with the motherfucker, it's you learn how to accommodate that rhythm and how to accommodate that flow. So making music with him is easy.
Okay, and then we get into Mama, which is a prayer. What was the reason you decided to put a prayer? Which it also seems like almost like another interlude.
Yeah. And in all actuality, it's the only song on the record that really functions as a true interlude. Because I said that Topsoil interlude was the interlude, but that's because it wasn't really as focused as the other tracks, right? So you call it an interlude, it's fine, you know? But Mama is a true Blue Interlude on the album, and I felt I need to break up the monotony of my voice. Number one. Number two, in the midst of me tearing myself apart about my shortcomings when it comes to my family, there needs to be some affirmation in the midst. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a happy ending, right? And so that's why I can't put Mama and Thank God right next to each other, because after my mama gives me these words of encouragement, now thank God for life type shit. I'm not down in the hole type shit because I've been lifted up. And now, because I've been lifted up, thank God I've been lifted up because of Mama. Now, I'm ready to lead because we are unruly. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to lead because of the influences of Michael. You know what I'm saying? So it all leads boom, 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 boom. Right? And those are all vague tie-togethers. Or I'm explaining them vaguely, but they tie together perfectly for that reason. And so yeah, that track, probably the top 3 most essential track on the album to me.
Okay. Well, yes, we know Thank God is amazing, and we are Unruly. But I really want to, I know we have to wrap it up here soon, I really want to get into Michael. Probably one of the most strongest records on this album.
Yeah.
Probably is the strongest.
Wow. What can I even say with Michael?
There's not much that needs to be said with
Michael. There's not much. I just want to say, number one, shout out to Drums for the beat on this record. Drums had been trying to work with me and get a beat on anything of mine for, and not to make him sound like a fan or anything, but he was like, bro, like, I got these beats for you, you know what I'm saying, like, fucking do something with him type shit. And he sent me good beats, but they just hadn't been those to really hit me. Then he sends me this beat. I'm like, oh wow, this is the fucking outro. Like, as soon as I listened to it, I was like, did Drums just complete this fucking album? And right there, I start writing to it. Let my black beloved go. Let my black beloved go. Well, that's not true. I started writing the verse first. The fire teachers find religious, fire teachers find teachers, right? Then I got in the studio and felt that space, the horn at the very beginning, it could have something, right? So right there in the studio, these motherfuckers. So right there in the studio, I start harmonizing that shit. I didn't write down nothing. I just, let my black beloved go. Let my black beloved go. Right then and there in the studio. And then, I go on the verse. Right? And then, the song just comes together so beautifully. And it was probably the quickest song to write on the entire album. Because as soon as I heard the beat, I was like, oh, I know the whole song. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, duh. This is the fucking outro. This is what this was supposed to be the whole time. And then that last verse, this last verse is one of my best verses. Not technically, not rhyme schematically, not even charismatically or delivery wise. But the way I tie up all the themes in the album in such short words, right? Like, Father God, have your watchful eye open as awake. Think about my absent pops like Michael Jordan at parades. I'm the coldest for you. Fuck, I'm the strongest for you, coldest for you, strongest I can fake. The archangel on my shoulder saying charge, fuck the way. You can never lose your family, mama tell me. Took us on my thoughts. Corleone. The highs of winning cost me, got me overusing poker cards. Michael Jordan and his gambling addiction. Overplayed my hand, gambling conscious for a sober heart. I'll absorb it all. I am Corleone. I am Jordan. I am the Archangel. I am all in one. A precedented run. Michael Jordan, 6 championships. Damaged my trust in any family blood. Michael Corleone thinking he's going to lose his family. The rebellious son, the special talent, sacrificing trust. My character challenged because the way I chose to carry on. Every time you blare the song, recognize the title, emphasize the libel. I can spit the whole fucking rap to you. The point is, it ties up together so smoothly and so great that it was just, I knew it was the outro as soon as I listened to the beat. Absolutely. Black Beloved.
Beautiful. Is there anything that you can say hints towards the next from Unruly?
I can say my next record is going to be for me. I kind of went into this record trying to make a bit more easier listening, and I had fun doing that, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoyed making this album, but the next record, I'm taking more risk, and people might not like it, and fuck them.
Alright.
Alright, I'm the most unruly.
I'm Big Les.